combined in one vessel, man, that's wow, that's a dangerous thing. So, Rashad, keep doing your thing, my brother. Family, thanks for tuning in. This is Brother Rich with Rashad Jamal. We getting out of here, family, and I'll see you next time. Peace to everybody. Love and light.
Peace to the gods and goddesses, Planet Kai.
Indeed. Peace, y'all.
With the, I needed that shit to rise out the ashes. Like anxiety, like after I talk for long periods of time, that's actually what you feel anxious like, because you pull so much spirits and you trying to calm down. That's a lot. Actually, that's really the side effect of this shit. Think about this. After we say, all right, then, what you think? I'm just going to like, all right, then, and just go to bed. Nigga, this is this shit now. You know what I'm saying? Think about that for a second.
That's facts.
Yeah, it take a while for Khadijah. Like, we have to get in front of the TV and just veg out, like, after classes. Because my classes is 10 hours. And I'm documented. Like, we start at 2, when I ended at 12 at one time, 1:30. Yo, I go into a meditation. I promise you, I'll be laid back on the couch, gone, still doing class. And I just look up after an hour, motherfuckers is there like, all that shit documented. So it's zoned out. I've been stopped doing this with this. I've been in deep channel, lecture in deep channel. I'm zoned out. I don't remember the shit I'm saying. I don't remember what we started with just now. Today we're somewhere else. But Khadijah also now, she's starting to know that she has to de-guise. You call a lot of spiritual energy. We not call this Kava shit though. This shit is very good for anxiety. And it helps, it kind of helps get you back to thinking, because you got to do normal shit. You be all fucked after all of this. You be all fucked. You walk out the room, you want to get some pizza. You be like, you just be somewhere else. Yeah. But that's probably, I would say, the side effect of it. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten better at that with the last live lectures. Usually I'm being like out of it, and I was like up, ready to go. We was hanging out. You know what I'm saying? I was hanging out with Nashville and New Orleans last time. So the intellect is getting stronger in it. And I think it was getting stronger lately because of that Beetlejuice energy was coming down. So if you're, I'm always looking to receive some shit. That was Bobby's whole flagship thing. Breakthroughs, man. Look for breakthroughs. So you never satisfy yourself with what you know. You know what I'm saying? I may contradict that. I may contradict the shit in the same in a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Good. You know what I'm saying? This shit this shit is supposed to break down. It's supposed to break down where none of this is supposed to make sense anymore, because when it stops making sense, that means your true mind is coming back. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be able to explain this 100% no more. That's when we doing good. Like, your parent, I just know. That's the shit we want to start dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Well, more than what me and Aleem already discussed. Listen, I'm going so many directions, but it's clear at first. What's absolutely clear is they definitely want us not touching each other for some reason. Now, the first thing says, well, the level of fucking on the planet is going down dramatically. But it has to be something that would change the characteristic. Because think about this. If that light is coming, that light will come here based upon it being called. And it would be called based upon not just us calling it, but we would call it in the way we walked, in the way we dressed, in our slang, in the day-to-day unspoken thing when you got to punch a time clock. We will call that light there. So that's just the day-to-day behavior of a nigga, you know, in this society would call that light. That light would recognize, you know, that's what niggas was singing, swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home, nigga. is the same concept of this light coming, and it's coming based upon a situation. So if they could just change the situation by having no contact, you can, or at least they can hope that it would fool or we wouldn't receive what we were supposed to receive by way of light. I guess that would be the thought process. Won't work, but you know, to change the behavior, because it's kind of like Brother Phil broke this down before, and you know, it was absolutely clear on what they were doing. Like, let's say with just Eminem, he was saying you would see the wigger, you know, they're acting like, you know, the wigger is just this outcast, but they're really trying to promote the wigger and trying to hope this wigger image will take hold of their kids to save them. Because when light gets here, and that's what Phil would talk about, light codes and light frequencies, light will see just the light will hit us just because we got our pants hanging off our ass, just because we move a certain way. We got a certain slang and a certain swag. That light sees that, and that's what it recognizes out the way we flow. So if the wigger is doing that, the hope is the wigger could catch some of that light too by acting like us. You get what I'm saying? So it's going to hit us. It's going to hit us based upon our Holocaust and our day-to-day behavior within the Holocaust. Not so much our calling out on 125th as how much, like I said, our grinding, our just having to punch a time clock, just having to wonder where your damn dad was when you was little, or just wonder why your dad who was there is so fucked up. Just all the shit that we go through in terms of the thoughts of this Holocaust. If light was to come here, it would do that. Perhaps to change the characteristic of the planet, a quick and fast is nobody touch each other. Nobody do this, nobody do that. I mean, that would change the frequency and maybe a hope to change what would be happening with the light, perhaps. And that's a guess. That's not really solid. And I really haven't channeled, because I really don't do too much channeling why they do what they're doing. What I really get from this whole thing is we know it's the 5G network. Let's just get that out the way. We know it's the 5G network. We know it's that's poisoning. We know there's microbiologists talking about, you know, it's bacteria, that shit is activating it. We know that. And let's just think about what they're doing. I don't even care to think about it. What we doing, we getting on this fucking Beetlejuice ride. That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck they doing. I know the fuck we should be doing. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Hey, Panic, before you get out of here, let me take a couple of questions from the people.
Sounds good.
In the chat room. Family, if you got a question for Panic, post it in the chat. I'm not going to keep the brother too much longer.
No, I'm good. I'm but I'm good as long as you're good, Rich.
Right. We got about 30 more minutes. So okay. Give me some good questions, family. I'm going to take some questions from the people. Make sure you show Panic support. Panic, leave your contact info before we get to these questions.
Okay. You can catch me. First of all, the easiest way to get me is just Google Brother Panic. And if you never heard my lectures, there's thousands and thousands of free lectures before you have to pay anything. In fact, you don't have to pay anything. All I offer is free. What I do offer is this: classes, of course, my book you can get on my website, or my herb pack. For those who do not know, my herb pack is a combination of herbs. I used to use it for myself for my pineal. They're classic. I don't even know how to sell it anymore because I've been selling it since 2008. It's an icon if you don't know, but it's a special combination. It helps with the chatter, dreams, deeper meditations. You can stay in the moment longer. I heard people say they stop smoking, could do backflips again, could fuck again. They mix it with weed, without weed, stop smoking weed. There's 1,000 things that happen, but it's still the same price always. Rich was shocked because Rich didn't know until I did that lecture with Rich, and he seen that line going up the fucking street for that shit.
It was amazing.
And it's like that. And Rich was like, no, I didn't want to stop because I didn't want, you had a good line. Like, they all will come back, Rich. Let's go. Like that, this herb, I've been selling it for so long. Like, people who don't know, like, I'll promote it. I said, please, I can't keep up now. Like, my son finally it took 10 years for this nigga to get every single email at least written up on an envelope. Yeah. Now we could just stuff. I've never had no email. It took him, that nigga is 25 next week. It took him all of them years since he was 14 to even get there. And that's a big deal. And long story short, just keeping up with this shit. So I almost hate to promote it because I don't want the budget. Yeah, I want to try this shit, but don't hate. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. So that's why the lines are long at the live lectures, because they don't have to wait. So niggas like, you're going to have them? Niggas come, and as you've seen, just to buy the herbs, and they don't even stay for the fucking lecture.
No, bro.
So every time your Panic's gonna meet you at the door. I just come with herbs here.
Yo, Panic, my girl thought that was absolutely amazing. She was like, yo, this dude spent $50 and he said he just want to get a panic pack.
Yes.
He's even interested in the lecture, but he spent $50 to get in just to spend some more money for the panic pack.
Because motherfuckers who fuck with me, I give them results. Like so they like, I don't even need to hear no more use your melanin shit. He's past it. He just came for the shit because he knows he has to wait for it. And not because it's neglect, man. If I walked you in there now and showed you, as you can see, and it's not a skinny pile. Occultlectures.com, go on and get you one. It's worth it. It will open this shit up for you, though. And right. Of course, we have spiritual oils. What else? meditation CDs to go with it. Spiritual baths. Khadija, you can connect there with her classes, her reading. SamdiMassage.com, SamdiMessage.com. And I think that's the story of us. Let's get down to some more of these questions.
Okay.
One more thing. I'm sorry, Rich. Sorry to cut you off. My new book is written, is done. As soon as things calm down a little bit, I'm about to release it, and we're in business. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Rich.
All right. So Top Thinker wants to know, Panic, does marijuana impact your pineal abilities?
Well, I don't know about what you smoking, but these sure do. You know what I'm saying? These sure do. The answer is yes. Damn, man, I expected more from the deepest thinker. Yeah, any drug, liquor, like early on when I was I was fucking with liquor. Anything that alters your consciousness, but you still got to know what you're doing. It's not just you just don't get high and all of a sudden you're spiritual. Like, find a technique in meditation, and then while you're high, you want to do your meditation or you want to do whatever, because the idea is you can stay in the moment without all the chatter. Like the weed or the alcohol or whatever drug, usually in a mild dosage, kind of will occupy your conscious mind. It'll keep it occupied while you could stay in a moment or a thought, better. You can stay in that peace and you could feel that. You got to see it separate. See, maybe I should explain that when I see. I can see my mind separate. I can still talk to you guys and I see all sorts of fucking colors. And I see all sorts of shit. I see a whole different world that's happening. But I see that world and I see it layered. Like this world is here, but this world is like something that's on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Even my hand movement, oh shit. After I get off this motherfucker, Rich, I ain't going front. With all honors, your mom's energy, I'm gonna pour her some liquor because I'm feeling the shit out of this. Adrian, Miss Adrian. I feel it. Yeah, yeah, she's strong. I'm gonna have to get that. Well, I know you family anyway. I know you family because just everything, like, yo, let me tell y'all this shit, man. It was crazy. Let me. I gotta get this in, Rich. Gotta get this in. Gotta get this in. Tormented by our mother for years. I could tell you a story, and I've told them, just refer to my lectures where I give the detail of it. But the episode last was she was homeless and there was nothing we could do about it. Died in the street. And she was getting a check at her sister's house. They didn't check that. And in fact, she had my number on her because they called me a couple of times here and there was nothing I could do in New York. So I knew they had it. But they buried her in Potter's Field. So, of course, got my sister, got a lawyer, got the DNA check. It was her. Got the ashes. Had a set up the memorial. Rented out a spot. Got singers. Both sides of the family. My father's side, husband. It was a extravaganza. I got everybody tickets and motherfucking got pneumonia. Couldn't leave. Oh, this shit was hurting. Remember the girl who was in Belly, the dark-skinned girl, I can't remember her name, little singer girl, sang on the New York City, she came, she sang. But I'm stuck in this bed in Atlanta. Only one nigga I knew to call. Brother Rich, I need you, brother. I called Brother Rich and was like, yo, if you could film this, it's on Roosevelt Island. Let me give you my sister's info. Rich said, I'm going to drop what I'm doing and do this for you, Brother Panic. And he did. And not only did he film it spectacular, he did it in most spectacularly. It was just like a lecture. It was like I was there. I seen everything. It's the greatest. Documented, memorialized by Brother Rich. It was one of the greatest things, and that's when I knew then he was family. So that's why I understand his mom speaking and talking to me the way she is, real familiar, because she's family. And I'm glad to have her here in this house. And we feed spirits deliciously. She's more than welcome. I can feel her coming in. She likes it here. I'm gonna welcome in the spirit room. Actually, well, let's do that. Let's go in the. Well, we went in the spirit. We went in. Didn't we go in that motherfucker the other day?
The other day, I think we did. Yeah.
You and I. Okay, so we got it. So I'm gonna welcome her in that room. All right, so let's get to another one of these.
Yeah, let's get to another.
I'm gonna go through them now.
How does Beetlejuice manifest in our dreams? Somebody wants to know.
Well, it's not like it's going to manifest in your dreams in a specific way. So when you say that question, how does it manifest? Like it's like I can say, well, it'll manifest with A, B, C, or D, as if there's some sort of thing. What you need to look for is what you perceive as change, what you perceive as a phenomenon to you in your dreams. I don't know what you dream about. You may dream about, 17 dicks. I don't know. That's dramatic to me. That's a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? To you, that may just be nigga was missing a dick. You know what I'm saying? To me, it's a nightmare. So you can't really say, how is that going to come? You really have to know who you are. So if you've been dreaming about A, B, C, and D, and then you dream about S, maybe that means something. It's up to you to evaluate. It's not up to me to say, you know what I'm saying? And that's just it. That's the kind of thing we do. This is not a religion I'm not the preacher of Beetlejuice. Well, let me tell you how he come in the dreams. You know what I'm saying? You got to tell me. Just know that energy's here. So whatever work you're doing, it's light, it's raw material, it's knowledge. So see what you do. What have you been doing? What spiritual practice have you been doing? Don't think because you heard me all of a sudden you have a spiritual practice. You need to, a spiritual practice means there's something that you work on to get stronger at. What have you been doing there? And whatever you've been doing to work on to get stronger at, when Beetlejuice comes, you should be able to say through your medium, through what you've been using for your spirituality, you notice something because that's what the fuck you doing it for. So that question wouldn't even apply to what we doing if you I think you understand that.
Indeed. Somebody wants to know, where's it at? I just seen it. After ancient Atlantis, the demiurge came to Earth. Was it mentally or by flesh and form?
Who said that? The demiurge came to Earth after Atlantis. First of all, who said that? The demiurge is what people have been calling that creator god. And his helpers are called archons. In Gnostic, in nowhere do they say after Atlantis this happened or that happened. They talk about the demiurge and his role in the cosmic creation of this reality. So that's a mythology talking about this reality. And they talk about the nature of this demiurge or creator god or this lesser god. Not that he came down here and said, oh shit, what's up? No, he's the creator of this place. And they talk about the deficiencies in this place. That's in Gnosticism. And like I said, I have a channel that now contradicts that. So that's what channels do. All this shit could contradict. You just got to go with what flows for you. So that's why you have to get to a point where you get your own channels, because we've been used. Let's say you use my channels or my ideas. They're not for your mind. They're for my mind. And when I'm out of this body, I'm going to make me a fucking extravaganza with my mind, not with what I convince you or what you convince me. What I make it with when I'm convinced myself of. So you have to convince yourself of something. The Gnostic shit is that study. How do you want to see it? What I think I've learned to give you a real hard shortcut, if you could understand, and not you in particular question person, but in general, if you could understand it, what Bobby really was talking about was there is no rules.